are now changing the theory, changing how they will conduct shipping. And of course, it's still in discussion. I want to brief the news before I can ask the questions. Indonesia's finance minister has suggested tolls could be levied on ships using the Strait of Malacca in a similar move to Iran in the Strait of Hormuz. Of course, Australia has urged the freedom of navigation in the wake of this suggestion. Singapore, which also borders this strait, has previously rejected the idea, but experts said it cannot be ignored entirely, as other nations are now trying to adopt to this new kind of rule. I want to ask this question in the studio with Barrister M. Sarwar Hossain. The pattern is very scary to one extent. If there is a war ongoing in some part of the world, of course it has adverse effects elsewhere. Today, the entire world is struggling to see whether Russia and Ukraine will stop fighting. We are also seeing how Iran, US, and of course the involvement of Israel into Lebanon, all these small proxy wars are coming under one Middle Eastern tensions. And in Asia, we see how the Chinese claim to the island of Taiwan and how Taiwan says that is they're seeing it otherwise. These are all fronts that can erupt at any moment. And given the structure of the fighting is now taken a naval route. So the naval blockade is very actively happening as US forces have directed 31 vessels to turn around or return to a port as a part of Washington's naval blockade. How do you predict the rest of this year happening? We still have so many more months left of 2026.
Yeah, every country somehow or other is affected by these two wars. One is Russia-Ukraine. You know, when Russia-Ukraine has started, the Bangladeshi politician was making some clue that because of that war,
the prices of oil shall raise here.
So anywhere, war anywhere is affecting everywhere. So as far as the Malacca Strait is concerned, I don't think that they have still a legitimate ground to impose some levy on the shippings. Well, they can show that the price is higher. Malaysia, they produce fuel and oil as well. So in Bangladesh, you see that we come to know that octane is almost fulfilled in Bangladesh by the byproduct of gas and also the petrol. But it is hard to understand that why this type of crisis is happening. So Bangladesh is hit so hard that in Supreme Court they have gone 2 days on virtual court.
Wednesday and Thursday.
And a portion of the advocates, including me, we are protesting that there is no such crisis as government is telling that there is no crisis. So you should not go on virtual court. The movement is going on. So this war, if prolongs, they might have some grounds that it is affecting so far the price of the commodity and the price of the energy fuel. So they might have some ground, and if Malacca happens, there are many straits. One is between Sri Lanka and India. There is another one, Taiwan and China. So they might also think that it is a good business. Let us impose some levy and earn some extra pies. They might think like that. So coming back to your earlier that the Naval Secretary has resigned. Previously, we know that US Chief of Army has resigned. And internally, there are reports that they could not agree on this war. So showing the personal grounds, they have resigned. In this case, this John Fallon, Naval Secretary, might be the same reason. And you know that Bill Clinton has given his reactions. I have seen number of videos that the decision on the attack against Iran was made very undemocratic way, unilaterally. No process has been followed. The people and the representative in both houses were never consulted. And John Kerry has made a statement that Netanyahu was trying for last few regimes to draw USA
into Iran's.
and this time his dream has been fulfilled. So, it is, I think it is a very, very bad decision that Trump has made, and as a result whole world has become unstable, and this type of new thinking of imposition of new levy is coming up, and one of the worst hit Bangladesh that we are suffering. You see the line in the petrol pump. One of my fellow barristers said he waited for 48 hours.
2 days.
2 days to get some octane in his car, otherwise his movement has stopped. So, Bangladeshi people is thinking, someone has told me, give a suggestion that government may think to have a bicycle lane, so that 5 to 10 kilometers distance, if you have a bicycle lane, so you do not need fuel. That is a very good idea in these circumstances.
Alternative methods.
Alternative methods. And rickshaw, someone was telling that this pedal rickshaw is good because of this fuel crisis. And if this crisis continues, this will agitate the people. I saw from 3rd gate, Jahangir gate to a petrol pump to Vijay Sharoni, people has opened, there are shops, and they have brought some mat to lie down for queuing for fuel. This is the real scenario.
It can't be ignored because it is the reality.
It is the reality, and some shop has been, temporary shop has been opened to give them supply some food. Someone has said that he has expended for lunch for 500 taka, and he got fuel for 500 taka. So, this is happening. So, this is for what? Because of the American very unjust war against Iran.
Right.
And they have totally miscalculated that Iran is not Venezuela. Iran is not Hugo Chavez. You have captured Hugo Chavez, and you said, as Russia said that they can reach Kiev in 24 hours, and you also think so, you also thought accordingly that Iran will fall, regime will be changed. The result is different. So, stop now. Stop now. Let the world come to the stability. Let the fuel crisis be off and give some peace to the people.